I'm going to start with thanking my body. I don't know too many people who do this, but I know many people who recommend doing this. And I am grateful. It kept me hidden and safe at times. It helped me to bond with other cool people who also developed self-deprecating humor, walking around in a fat body. And it's a pretty big rebellion for what's considered physical beauty in this world, and where I do not fit that criteria at all. I believe I'm fully ready to release this excess weight. I want to weigh half what I do, so it's going to take a while. And I was going to develop more strategies and get more things together before I started, but I got some news recently that was terrifying. So today's the day. And I've been looking at ways, because I, like many, have tried strategies that only come at it from the physical. Lots of physical activity and lots of food choices and lots of timing and all kinds of choices, all physical and all forced from the outside. And since I'm now becoming aware, and have been aware for a while, but really getting into the nitty-gritty of how many times a day I am making decisions based on my past, based on fear from the past, based on not this moment, based on a moment 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, and how often humans are not making decisions based on the current moment. And that emotional and psychological health that I lack, I don't want to lack anymore. I want to get in charge. I want to be at cause in my life. I want to be clear. And while I'm grateful for what I apparently needed when I needed it, to be hidden and statistically probably safer walking around in a fat body as a woman. So that's sad to say, but I believe it. And now I'm aware that I don't want any more of that. And I also don't want the other junk that's come along. While I did develop this humor being in this body, I also have taken advantage of what the world at large seems to think about fat people. And when you look at them, they're clearly obvious failures, is something that someone actually said to me. And I thought, well, that explains why I have given up on a lot of things that I cared about. And it was easy, because it's not like anybody expected anything from me when you're an obvious failure, as she said. And of course, whatever she said because of her. I do get that. And even though that I took that on the chin, it really did obviously resonate with what I was carrying around. Might still be carrying around a little bit, but I am getting rid of that. I am moving it out. And the depression and the pain and the self-loathing, nothing from the outside is going to change this body enough or effectively or permanently, ongoing, sustainably, until I get my head and my heart in order. I deserve to be here. I deserve to take up space. I wouldn't mind taking up a little less space, but I'll be louder. I'll be more visible. So it's a trade. I think it's a trade. And the crappy news that I heard that scared me, unlike diabetes, type 2 diabetes and heart disease and cancer and all the other family crap that I got in my background, none of those things scared me as much as someone telling me, and I looked it up a little bit, that the Alzheimer's and dementia are now becoming considered type 3 diabetes. And that blew my mind. Holy blazes. So, Yeah, I can't be having that. I can't be having that. I can't be having that. And I won't. It's the most terrifying thing to have my mind go away. And I want to do stuff. I got stuff to do. I think I could legitimately live to 150 years old. I think that is entirely possible. I think somebody alive today, right now, is going to make it to 200. I have no doubt. And as the world continues, whatever's true is fine. But I want some success, and I want to start. I'm going to start with tapping. Tapping has gotten me to the point that I'm at now, with being willing to even try and start this. So Faster EFT, Robert Smith. It's you got the 4 points, and you grab your wrist, take a deep breath, think of a nice thing, and say peace. And it's all about letting go of the pain, and letting go of the grief, and letting go. I let go of the helplessness. I let go of the judgments, letting go of the bitterness and the hatred, letting go of the hopelessness and the powerlessness. Peace. So that was me grabbing my wrist. And much of that has helped. I plan to continue that. That's really going to help with compulsions and weight release and anger and childhood biz. And I'm aware that there's a lot that you can't just go at this the way many people think you can go at it. And for many people it does work, but I have found that it does not work to just go at it with, okay, don't have that and don't have that and don't do that and don't. We aren't built that way. You can't not think of a banana. We aren't built to visualize what we don't want and succeed. That's not how it's supposed to go. So I am choosing things to take up the space that I've spent thinking about, worrying about, obsessing about, binging and eating and stuffing in all the ways, and then hating myself and the loathing and the anger and all the crap that comes after, the shame. That's a lot of time. And I'll need to fill that time with constructive things. And something constructive can be just something that soothes me, makes me feel better. If that's me crocheting something, if that's me drawing something, I would love to attain more skills, so that'll be handy. If that's me singing something, if that's me listening to something that feels good, if that's me writing, there's going to be a ton more journaling, because I can't go dive into an ice cream carton to feel better. Looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm done. There is no love in the chip bag. I think I still get to have chips, but the Faster EFT is already helping me release what felt great about a number of the foods that I'm pretty attached to, and in realizing where I felt where I believed that love came from the sensation. Trying to achieve that sensation with the food, with drinking, I never really did drugs, but I got in trouble with alcohol. And I used to binge and purge for over a quarter of a century. I did a lot of that. I've got the crumbly teeth side dish to prove it. And I find that I don't purge anymore. Haven't in over a decade. I'm pretty sure I'll die the day I do that. That'll be bad. That'll be really bad. So I don't do that anymore, but I do still binge. And that needs to stop. That needs to stop. I can't have type 3 diabetes. I can't do that to myself. I really can't. So I'm journaling. I'm going to be tapping. Daily, I'm going to journal just 5 lines. It really can be. Today was okay. The sun was shiny. I overate once, and I had 4 glasses of water. Milk, I would love that. Lactose intolerant, probably not going to do that. So that's the current plan. I'm trying to take it easy. At least 20 minutes of something per day. If it's walking, dancing in place, hopping, which I probably won't do. This body really doesn't need to try and leave the surface of the earth for any reason at this point. And I'm going to keep track of those things. I'm going to do one sun salutation a day. That's my current plan. It's a yoga pose. It moves your whole body, doing absolutely everything your body should do. It helps, and it can take as long or as little as you want. And it's a wonderful movement. And it's going to make a difference because I could barely do it when I did it today. There's going to be no food, no eating in front of the TV. The tapping to get into the emotional crap and clearing old crap, and no eating in front of the TV, I'm pretty sure are gonna create so much room in my life for my body to change. But no, not in the TV, not in the car, and not while on my phone. And I live alone. I am alone. I have few friends. I spend a lot of time with screens talking at me and using that time to eat or relax or whatever I do. And the consumption, not only the food, but the consumption of the people I'm near and the media I take in and the groups that I have removed myself from and the groups that I've joined and the pages and the people I'm not in contact with anymore because the use of them in my life and benefit, I should say, of them in my life is zero. And in fact, it comes in at a negative. I gotta fight to get equilibrium from some of the people and pages and channels I was choosing to watch, the media I was choosing to consume. I'm gonna quit doing that. So no more drive-through. That's a lot of my life is in a hurry, pet sitting, running around. It's rare that I spend a full week in my own bed in a month. I am a house sitting, running around. I'm often in other people's places, and I gotta quit using my phone in bed. I have ordered a couple alarm clocks, and one will be a portable one I can drag with me wherever I go. Ruby says that's a good idea, right? That's a good idea, right, Ruby? Not my dog. And I think I'm gonna also, some of the dark moments that come up, I try to gut them out, and that's been a mistake. I've had therapy in the past. I don't plan to find a therapist right this minute, but I have entreated a couple of friends to be available if I am having a dark moment. I don't have a clear idea of exactly how much and by when I want to change in my fat ratio of my body, or the way if I'm going to count calories. I hope not. However, maybe I want to I want to be fair, and this has come up faster because of learning about type 3 diabetes. It's time. So I want to take steps. I also want to institute taking 5 bites and stopping, just taking a breath. If that's a minute, that's fine. Right now, it's been a minute, because this is about 5 bites of food. And most of us, our fist is the size of our stomach. That's how big your stomach is, or should be. I don't think mine is right now. But I'm also going to cut back on things that create inflammation that I know do. So I don't promise to release anything. There is an oppositional 14-year-old inside me that will go out and get 2 of whatever I banned from my life. So I'm not going to be doing that right now. I'm gonna get a lot more solid foundation of self-care and self-empathy and self-love before I start asking anything to leave my life, in the terms of food and in terms of activity. And I think that the journaling is going to help. I do write a lot. A gym membership. Yep. Gym membership is in my life. I'm going to likely get in a pool because I hate walking. I've always hated walking. I'm a dog walker, so that's pretty funny. And dear friends whom I've done a lot of walking with had no idea how much I hated walking. That wasn't our goal when we were doing it. It was locomotion, but I hate it more than peas. I do. So far I might love it. I'm ready to love it. I will be very excited to love it. But I'm taking steps to have soothing things in my life, and I'm taking steps to have uplifting and appreciative things in my life, and consuming content that is about taking ownership and being the one who's making the decisions, and not the 5 or 2 or 15-year-olds inside me. And I want to express what I'm feeling when I'm feeling it, and I want to create safety inside me regardless of what the world's doing. And all of that will, I think, change my body on its own. But some of the food choices and the ways in which I do my sleep are going to make a big difference, I think. I feel. Anyway. Till next time.